Well, we've got another highly anticipated release of this year.
The Rlaarlo XTX, which comes in two different versions. A 3650, 3300 kV, along with a 60 amp ESC.
I'm pretty sure that's what's in the box.
Or a 2852, 3800 kV, 45 amp. Now this is based off of the Omni Terminator chassis.
So I am expecting greatness.
Happy to see a Dumbo radio, all the standard controls, and I believe this has a gyro on. Channel 5. Lots of good stuff. As I expected, this looks incredible. Look at those light lenses. Clear plastic. Look at that, we've even got an exhaust pipe. And it's got like orange. Wait. It's a light. That thing's gonna glow orange, I think.
Cool.
Yes!
No.
Alright, stickers. These tires feel awesome, by the way. We'll get to that in a minute, though.
ADHD.
You get a battery charger. There is a 3S battery in there. 2 extra battery straps. Tools, a speed pinion, and extra gaskets for your differentials. All your listed parts, exploded diagrams, reflective mirrors, hood vents, and a roof scoop, but I'm worried that these might be able to break off. Kind of worried about this spoiler, too, but we'll just have to see. To remove the body, you've got a switch here, and a clamp here. And it just hinges back. Now this is the same chassis as the Omni Terminator,
But they have made some differences, so as I see them, I'll point them out.
Don't you have a bigger broom than this?
Grandma, you're supposed to be in bed.
Well,
we've got some really nice wire management under the hood, bound by some plastic clippies. I do worry about collisions with this thing. With that said, this is supposed to be the polycarbonate material, which has been very durable. We've got protection from a front foam bumper. There is a rear diffuser back there. The tires feel really good.
However, if they don't slide and drift that awesome on-road,
Or maybe even if they do, anyway, I'm gonna try some on-road drift tires. Probably some plastics too. Ew. We do have that 3S battery in here, 2200 milliamperes. That is that 3650 brushless motor. This one does have the carbon fiber rails here. If you get the aluminum version with the smaller motor and 45 amp ESC, they'll be aluminum like on this one. It's got 2 receiver boxes. Looks like they're using this one primarily. Yep, empty box.
Grams, you could put your meds in there.
They give you the option if you have a bigger battery you want to use, you can move the ESC up here. They have an actual platform for it this time.
All right, now the big thing here is that I'm seeing...
Upgraded differential cups. That was easily the biggest complaint of this truck. The differential cups wearing out in there.
Obviously, we're not going to know until it gets driven a lot.
The tie rods are fully captured by the idler arm and the servo saver. An incredible feeling suspension. Front and rear sway bars. 4mm thick 7075 T6 aluminum shock towers. And metal standoffs. That's an upgrade.
We're going to look underneath, but I've got high hopes for this because...
This exact chassis handles extreme monster truck bashing, and it's now in a rally form.
Meaning in normal circumstances, its biggest opponent is going to be curbs and maybe trees, roots, hopefully nothing else.
The tires are actually directional. They have indication arrows and everything.
Goodbye, dirt. Oh, Lord in heaven. Where'd you go?
Turned the gyro all the way up, and I'm happy to say that it is not backwards. You hearing this? Huh? Turn signals, low beams, high beams and low beams.
No way! It flashes when you let go of the trigger like it's backfiring.
Reverse slides too. Sorry about that. And the brake lights turn on automatically too. If you were unaware, this platform does utilize a sealed, tunable center differential. This one's been upgraded, but you can see her spinning around in there. Laser etched metal chassis with plastic sidewalls, thick metal hinge pin brackets in all 4 spots. There's braces going from the top of each bulkhead, triangulating down into the chassis, screwed in from the bottom.
All right, here we go.
Nice. Kickflip. I turned the gyro up ever so slightly over what they had it come with, which was really low. Oof. Oh my gosh, the control is excellent. It loves getting dirty. Whew. Don't worry, I'm gonna speed test it in a few on some pavement. Let's say if you play in the dirt, one thing you're gonna deal with is, well, dirt. Yeah, wow. Tell you what, I haven't had to flip this thing once. Look at that, we're practically clean again. Ooh! Landed it. Oh no! I don't think it's broken. I hope not. Looks like it's just screws. Temporary patch job. Battery reconnected. Power restored. Boom. That was epic. Mostly good stuff. A few things that were like, eh. But now we're gonna do a speed test just like it sits. Then I'm gonna drop in the high-speed pinion, drift it on some slick tires, drift it on some road tires, and then speed test it just like this again with the stock tires on it with the high-speed pinion. What's this for? Nothing. Man, I gotta clean this truck out. I say that every day though. Nice. Gyro might be a little high, it's a little bit squiggly. That's 36 miles an hour. So that's faster than the Terminator. So this must be geared differently. I'll have to check the motor specs again. Oh, we got some debris in the center diff housing. The old slicky poos. All right, there's the grippy slippies, the rubber ones. Funny story about that pinion gear too. It's not funny at all. All right, yeah, these tires, just a little too small. They were rubbing on the control arms real bad. Hope I had to turn the steering dual rate down a lot. In between me and the rocks, let's go. Oh, let's close that gap a bit. Ugh. Oh yeah. Dude. Oh, yeah. Some cars are smooth over that and some are not at all. Okay, don't pay attention to this. I've got a project going on. There we go. That's better. So I ended up trying to replace the pinion gear. It comes with a 24 tooth pinion, and the extra one they give you here is a 27 tooth. Anyway, I stripped out the set screw for the pinion. So I gotta drill it out. All right, got it. 27 tooth pinion is installed. Speed test number 2. It may have had a little too much red Loctite on that screw. That's no good. All right, how fast do you think it's gonna go?
Okay.
Okay, good guess. I'm thinking 44.
Me too. Go!
Ah, delivery van. Say move it or lose it.
Lose it.
Hey, get the speed test done already.
42. Ooh. Oh.
I'm doing my best to contain my excitement, but
I already expected this to be great.
it was better than I hoped.
There's no need for on-road tires. These perform perfectly on or off-road. Plastic slicks are fun on pretty much anything, but they need to be a little bit bigger, as they did rub on the control arms. These come right at a 75mm diameter. First of all, I just want to talk about the body. I was worried about these falling off. Nope, they're fine. The wing is fine too, but it helped make this problem a little bit worse. I'll show you more of that in a sec, but even those jumps and nose diving into the lip here where there's, you know, room for it to crack,
It didn't crack.
the fact that this doesn't even have a little split in it is amazing. Yeah, a few things definitely went on in there. Chassis had no reason to get out of shape. I will say that these two screws right here that mount the front hinge pin bracket to the chassis loosened up a little bit. So I put blue Loctite on them and screwed them back in. One of them actually ended up coming all the way out and got lost, so I swapped it with one of these. No brakes on any of the plastic bits, the bumper. I will say one of the biggest weak points in my eyes, even though it works well, is the body latch system for the sides. It's kind of a nuisance. The front body latch isn't too bad, but it could be a little more rigid because that flexibility makes it kind of hard to snap in place. It's not that bad. I'm kind of reaching there.
100% better than body clips though.
As usual, Rlaarlo ESC doesn't stay in place. It definitely needs some better tape. Power switch stayed in place surprisingly. Both fans still twirling away, no weird noises. This CNHL right here fits perfectly in place. I ran 5 stock batteries before I ran that dude last. Our brake light assembly came out really good. This one's still loose. Broke the wires to the exhaust pipe light, and I'm gonna fix that.
I'm not usually one for simulated fakeness, like engine sounds, unless it really fits the car and you do it sparingly.
But I actually quite like that little light.
I'd even be okay if it made a little popping sound. No revving sounds, just a backfire pop.
But anyway, one of these tires looked like it separated, I thought, like came unglued. I think it was this one. Yeah, no damage to the tire itself, it just came unglued. There is some foam in there, so we'll just be able to get that glued back and it'll be great. While we're talking about tires, the grip
And of course the slip is pretty much perfect.
The wearability is excellent as well. Again, I just ran 6 battery packs through this car. 2.5 of the battery packs were in dirt, which more so is where this car probably belongs, but as you can tell,
You can use it anywhere. Now don't get me wrong, if you go full ape donkey on asphalt or pavement,
they're gonna wear out pretty quickly. I will say that every tire feels like the foam inside has split. All 4 tires have one small flat spot in them.
that's probably not that big of a deal. I don't think I really noticed any problems while driving it. Just something I noticed visually.
Well, also with my fingers. Of course, just like the Terminator, you have all the shock adjustability options, droop screws. There is still the issue with there being space for debris, as you saw earlier, to get inside the differential housing or area. It's not really a housing. There's people who've been 3D printing stuff to completely seal that off. To fit the 24 tooth, I had to trim just a little bit of that plastic cover. I mentioned earlier that this went faster than the Terminator did.
That's going to depend on the model that you choose.
This wasn't originally the carbon fiber version like this is. The different motor sizes come with different pinion sizes also. I remember only getting 30 and 37 miles an hour with the 2 different pinions on this one. Now, it's possible the metal version of this car will be slightly slower. So the wing actually acts as like a leverage point to pull against the body. And right here, it pulls against right where the screw goes through that holds this taillight in place. This one came all the way out and even started dragging the ground. With that said,
This tumbled quite a bit.
and at relatively high speeds too. So, you know, you could probably shoe goo it in place. Or E6000, same stuff or similar. That, I don't know, maybe I'm onto something. Now the headlights are held on similarly, but they did not pop out at all. Nice pad on the bottom of the body here to protect the shock towers from poking through. And yeah, it did a good job. I was really worried about this body latch, and it's fine. It's perfect. It does the things. Now there's no bench shock towers. There's no bench shock standoffs.
What are you doing? I'm going to put you back in the attic.
Yep. 100% solid.
And fresh.
The way this dude sits exactly like this, the carbon fiber version with the bigger motor
Is $299. You can drop $50 off that for the metal version with the smaller motor.
and you can drop another $50 off and get the roller version where it won't come with electronics.
Put whatever system you want in it. Now that's the initial release price. I hope this video helped you decide if you want one of these things. If it did, don't forget to use the link I've got down below. You are awesome and I appreciate you so much. Thank you for watching. Grandma, come, get back in the attic. Give me the car. She is off her rocker.